Yes, I'm a lucky guy for yes, for my first movie, you know, and I love a lot of movies of Roma, and for example, when I saw The Artist, I know the performance of Berenice, and I know the work of Déborah too. So I try to have all my favorite actors in my first movie, and
It worked.
and it works. So I'm a very lucky guy, but I work a lot before on the script, on the subject of the film, and because yes, I dream about that.
I think every actor loved the script, and that's what our reason to go and do it. That's what the same reason for Romain and the same reason for Berenice to accept a part where she's not the leading lady. So it was really nice of her.
Hands over the keyboards.
I made Populaire just after The Artist. May you imagine that to do a movie it's a very long time. So I have not the influence of The Artist to do Populaire, but I think I'm a cinephile, and I think that there is a lot of movies not very qui se ressemblent.
Very similar.
Yes, very similar. So there is a lot of movies who are similar. So I decided to do a vintage comedy to think about what the origin of the cinema is. And I think for the artist, it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's really encouraging to see that French cinema
Yeah.
can still, go abroad and not have this image of just an intellectual, gloomy cinema, because it's not only that.
Rose, bon feeling.
You've been bad, done me wrong.
Because love is the center of the life of French guys. I mean, if you ask a French guy, if you ask an American guy, would you go for an hour more at work where you can really do good business in this hour, or would you go to see a girl that you really like? It's not sure that they choose the girl, as a French guy would never think work. So it's just cultural.
Yes, and the last line of the film, it's ironic too, because France. I don't know if France is so the country of love right now. You know, it maybe it was in during the 50s, and for an American man, you know, but yes, it's a question of. And is there some place to love with a modern society, you know, now? And it's the end of the movie. It's a beginning for another stuff.
Of course, because all the sets were like amazing. I mean, you would go there, and the design was fantastic, and the costumes were great, and you could really believe that you were in the 50s. Was kind of great when you have like hundreds of extras around you dressed like in the 50s and speaking like in the 50s. Well, it makes it easier, of course, but at the same time, we had a lot of preparation before the shoot, so we already had 50s images all over the heads.
Yeah, but you're totally right, because it's kind of immersion, you know, and I want that the audience can be immersed by the 50s and by the movie. And on the set, it was exactly the same thing. If the actors can be immersed by the period, they can play more well, and even if they play very well, you know. But and it's for that reason it was very natural, directly at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, you can't forget its period. You just have to look at the set, look around you, and it reminds you you're in the 50s.
And it was very funny because the crew wear some shirts or pants from the 50s, or talk like the French style, or listen 50s music. So it was very funny.
Writing championship of the world.
Well, to me, I think you become an actress because you don't quite have the patience to live only one life. So I'm not patient. I'm really easily bored. So I need to live a few lives.
And it's exactly the same thing for me. Yes.
Completely, because she's not perfect, because no girl is. So, and that's this clumsiness that makes her so lovable, and I have this tenderness, especially because she's not perfect. She does one thing perfectly. She has this one gift, but everything else in her life goes a bit randomly.
Yes, and it's a curse, and it's a gift and a curse for her. So it's a totally paradox, and I love that characters in a movie or in a book.
How do you find a guy with that kind of gift? It's really complicated. She's really lucky that she found Louis, because it's not appealing to a lot of guys, right?
Bring your loving back to me.
Oh, shit.